cooling down some. Let me. This isn't actually plugged into anything. Ow. Yeah. So we are still fishing. It is a Saturday in the game, which means last day of the week. But it looks like most people who I want to make sure get 2 gifts have. Except for Jody. I bought pancakes to start giving to her. With her birthday just around the corner. Liz teaching me how to make eggplant parmesan. Pierre teaching me blueberry tart. Gus teaching me cranberry sauce. Got our good friends. And we're at level 8 fishing, so it shouldn't be too long now before we start seeing level 9 and then probably level 10 no more than halfway through fall. As long as I, you know, keep the fishing up. Chop those couple trees down. Yeah. Make sure I'm still getting wood while everything else is going on. And make sure I keep baiting these traps. I think I said something last stream about going to buy gold and or iron from Clint so that I can make a bait maker. I have enough iron to make a bar, but I do not have enough gold to make a bar. And for the bait maker, or worm bin rather, I have a bait maker. I need 1 gold bar and 1 iron bar. I think I'll get enough for 2 so I can make a worm bin for baiting my crab pots, and then also have a additional worm bin just in a deluxe worm bin for what I'll actually have on me while fishing. I'll dig that up. So not growing trees too far from where I want them. Saturday also means no traveling cart today. I'll just fish in front of Leah's house until buildings start opening up. But being this early in the day. Oh, well, Willie, yeah, can come down here this early. But no one else is awake yet. I fished up the broken glasses so I can give Evelyn a second gift for this week. Perfect catches I can get today. I think today I may try and get a midnight carp. You have to fish after 10 p.m. in the mountain lake to find those. I already picked up the angler, so I don't have to worry about that. And I believe all the other fall fish I've also taken care of already. It's 9 o'clock, so the ranch will be open. I can talk to Marnie and Jazz. I guess I'll talk to Shane if he's here. Unlike my most recent Stardew Valley playthrough on my Switch, I am not growing large amounts of hot peppers, so I don't have Shane updated parts already. Trying to keep 2 files going at once sometimes gets the wires crossed on what friends I have at what friendship level. For example, Shane and Lewis are much higher on that one, but Evelyn and George are a lot higher here. Let's see. So give her pancakes. I don't know that I'll get her up to 10 hearts next week, but it'll be very, very close if not. I've already seen Sam's 8 heart event, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, Penny feels bad for Pierre not having the not being able to afford as much at Pierre's shop, but that's how the corporations get ya. They can afford to sell things for cheaper. And Lewis is still collecting his taxes. So I had 10 iron ore, so I need 3 more, and then 10 gold ore. I'll buy a couple coal just so that I don't have to worry about that, but I should be okay on coal. Hopefully I can get enough money soon to start upgrading some more tools. Of course, when you're working on fishing, even if I'm not working on fishing, I find bubbles a difficult prospect to ignore. So when fishing is the primary thing I'm working on, cannot ignore bubbles. Sometimes target trout's a little tricky. I really don't care about the quality of the fish in terms of selling it. I care about getting a perfect catch so that I can get more experience. As he's walking by, talk to Elliot real quick. Unfortunately, I thought he would be at least 7 hearts after his birthday, but he's only at 6. Which is a darn shame. Perfect catch, and this. Trash the trash. And the maple seed. I think they geoed that right. I want to keep fishing it, but I need to Alex is asking for a salmon dinner if I happen to make one. George is at 10 hearts. Evelyn is now at 6. And I have one more inventory spot open. And the bubbles are still going. Hopefully I won't catch too many different types of fish, and I'll just be able to... Oh, bubbles are done. Doesn't mean I'm done fishing for today, but it means I'm done fishing right here. Since I do still have the one spot open, I'll see what's that. Nah, just broccoli seeds. Talk to as many people as I can, at least. Caroline, and Abigail, and Pierre. Is Harvey even in here, or is he down by the river? He's gonna be down by the river. Or in the museum, he sometimes goes there. But as I said when fall started, you can often find him down here. Looks like that is not the case today though. And I don't want to go over to the museum again. I was already over there. What I will do is I'll head back over to my farm after I check if anyone's up here. Haley is up here, but and that's where the kids are playing today. Maybe that's why Harvey's at the museum, because the kids aren't there. Actually get some peace and quiet. Okay, I'm gonna put all the ore away just so I can visualize it a little better. I'm actually just gonna, if they sell for anything, I'm just gonna sell these broccoli seeds. And the fish I've gotten today. We'll put away the green algae though. I have a lot of driftwood and broken glasses from doing the trash quest, so I should make sure next week's I'm giving everyone who deserves one a gift. Start doing gold first since it takes longest. Haven't taken care of my cat today, so do that. Get some mushrooms along the way, which is always pleasant. Actually, if I can, I'll go to the secret woods today too. Last day of the week, so there may be some forage in there, and it would all be iridium quality. Don't want to pass that up. Oh, I already saw Sebastian. It's Saturday, so he was down to Sam. Of course. How silly of me. Beaches is up here though. Chilling at 6 Arts. And I presume Linus to be up by the bathhouse slash spa slash whatever it is. There is a quest for Linus coming up similar to the Robin's Lost Axe or Mayor's Purple Shorts. When Blackberry season starts on the 8th, he will get a quest to find his missing berry basket. There is no monetary reward for returning the basket, but it is, I believe, a full heart of friendship for him, so I would advise to not ignore it. I want to be absolutely sure that I pick up a purple mushroom at some point between now and winter 17th. Because that's a lot of friendship with the wizard you're leaving on the table if you don't get him a love gift. But it looks like the chanterelle is the only mushroom that's in here today. Guess I'll try and get as much of the hardwood as I can. And make sure I'm not missing a mushroom. Though the smart thing to do would have just been to zoom out to see. I have to remember that I can zoom out and see the entire secret woods without taking a single step. Let's actually talk to the wizard since I'm right here. Worried about getting his friendship up, and half the time I don't even bother to come down and talk to him. Beware, you're standing above a potent magical field. I built my hut right here on purpose, you know. Is this really a hut? It's a tower. Not sure I would refer to his dwelling as a hut. But it's his house, not mine. What do I know? I neglected today to grab something to drink before I started streaming. Let me take like a 30-second break to run and grab something. Medically speaking, they say as soon as you start to feel thirsty, you're already slightly dehydrated, and I feel quite a thirst. I think when I get into bed in the game, I'm gonna run and grab something. Not even so long that I'll switch to the break screen, just enough time to grab something quickly out of the refrigerator. I believe I have a cold Pepsi. I'll put that in there for the moment. When I wake up, the gold ore will be done. Alright. I will take just a moment and be right back. Okay, I was right, I do have a cold Pepsi. I will mention I had a Coke bottle I mentioned I was struggling with the other day. And Thursday afternoon, I was sitting up here and looked over at that Coke bottle and thought, thirsty, that bottle won't open. And I'm so cozy in bed, I don't want to go down and get something. So I picked up the Coke bottle and somehow, after struggling with it for weeks, trying different tools to open it, I just decided to try twisting one more time, and it was the easiest bottle to open of all time. I don't know how it worked out that way, but for whatever reason, at that time it decided to work. So, who knows? The cat, of course. I will chop down this tree. I don't think I'm gonna pick things up, but let me take a quick peek in the fruit bat cave. Just a salmon berry. A single salmon berry. But it is a new week here in the valley, which means all of my gifts reset. So, Vincent, because of having given him 2 gifts last week, is now at 10 hearts. So that's another person who is off of my daily talking and gifting circuit. Got Haley, Sam, and Alex at 8. Jazz is almost to 8. She is not there yet. So give her a gift if I can. Linus. Got all messed up. This, Gus. Willie. I don't know. Lots of people still need gifts. And some of them are easier to do than others. I'm getting low on sweet peas, but I'll take 4 of the silver quality ones. I'm still trying to stretch the daffodils to give gifts to Caroline. I'm doing spice berries to Linus. I have the crab cakes and pancakes already in my inventory. I still have one gold sturgeon left I can get, or 1 silver sturgeon left I can give to Willie. Then keep the 1 for a fish pond, ideally. As far as gems go, how far down is Emily? Emily's down that far. And I don't know that I should be using gemstones. Because I have the 3rd aquamarine, but I still need that for a community center. I think I'll pass on that for now. I think I've got the at least a reasonable set of things to give as gifts. I got an oak resin today, which, if you played all the way through Stardew Valley to the end, you know that you need lots and lots of oak resin for kegs. But now I'm not worried about it. There's a truffle available today. Now that is necessary for the chef's bundle. You need pigs for that. See, I'm not growing poppies, which means that by the time I am actually doing the chef's bundle, I may have pigs anyway. I have a maple tree tapped. I have the fiddlehead fern. Market roll and fried egg are always easy to find. I don't believe I have a poppy. And 2,500 G for a truffle is a steep price. I do have enough gold, but I don't know if that's what I want to spend like all my gold on. So I think I'm gonna pass on the truffle, despite it being tempting. If I were getting it on Switch, I would do it immediately, because I'm trying to complete the community center in year 1, and I don't want to spend the 40,000 G I would need to get to the deluxe barn and the pig, but again, I'm trying to remember to keep things separate. Close enough. I wish I had a bunch of diamonds. Everyone loves diamonds. Or at least Willie, Gus, and Marty do. It making them the rest of the hearts a lot easier. Jazz up to 8. Make sure to at least talk to Shane. Arnie's birthday is also coming up, so I need to make sure I'm checking the saloon regularly for the dish of the day. More bubbles. I mean, bubbles, treat it like you're fishing farther than you are. But this close to the shore, I'm still likely to catch some trash. I forgot about trying to catch the midnight carp. And I just have too much in my inventory right now to be fishing. Oh well, it's 10 anyway. So I can come in here and give her driftwood. And the bubbles are gone now anyway, so I don't have to worry about them. Moving on. Jody is on her way away from her house. So stop her to give her pancakes. I had breakfast this morning, but I did not get pancakes at the store yesterday. I got eggs, and I still had some bacon. So I had eggs and bacon for breakfast. It was good. I think I should have cooked the bacon a little bit longer. It would have been crispier, but it was fine. I was hoping to find the duck bacon at the store, which I love, but they did not have any in stock. Okay, I have, on account of having gifted people 2 open slots in my inventory, which I will promptly fill with fish. It's Sunday, so Elliot comes over here to stand on the docks, which means I'll be able to give him his crab cakes without straying too far. Yeah, the 2 fish I caught were different fish, so my inventory is full again. And because I have 2 crab cakes in my inventory, giving him 1 does not free up a slot. There's also a dig spot here, but it's new week, so the dig spot will stay. The item it is might change, but the spot itself will not go anywhere. Give Evelyn the broken glasses. Again, confirming that I don't need to give a gift to Alex. That field snack though. Usually by this point I have coffee. Coffee is a loved gift for Harvey. It's very easy to be able to give him large amounts. Popular, I believe that's 5 hearts with 20 people? Yep. And that's the last friendship-related achievement for getting people to 5 hearts. There's still the 10 heart with 8 people achievement. You know that by having just gotten that achievement, Caroline is now at 5 hearts. I do not have enough daffodils to get anywhere near the rest of the way though. So I'll have to figure out another light gift for her. But if I give her 1 more, then that will at least carry me through the week. And I can check her other light gifts on the break. I usually take it around an hour and a half in. Happy you're still here, Dexy. Pepsi cheers. Husband's bizarre science project, creating a smell. Keep giving her as much hardwood as I can. As uh, bad as that sounds. Yes, more suggestive than bad. There's another hazelnut out in the middle here. I'm, I'm not too worried about foraging at this point, but the thing about the hazelnuts is they just feel so rare sometimes. So if I want to make fall seeds or the cooking recipe roasted hazelnuts, once I get that recipe in year 2, I'm gonna make sure I've got plenty of hazelnuts lying around. It's also one of the 2 loved gifts for the character that shows up in year 2, along with Fiddlehead Risotto, which, oh, love risotto. I'd go to town on risotto right now if I had any. But all the leftovers were already eaten. I did not give Linus his gift. Let me pull out the hardwood and fiber and make my gold bars put away, as they should have been. And it makes the first of the worm bins, and I'll just chuck it down over here, and it will give me 4 or 5 pieces of bait every day, which will be enough to take care of baiting those crab pots. I have oak resin and pine tar now, and I have morels, yes, and I have red mushroom, but I do not have a purple mushroom or any of the other exotic foraging things. When I get a maple syrup, I could complete the exotic foraging bundle. But until then, big clips. Okay, I will head up and give Linus the gift I intended to give him. Just because I forgot, there's no excuse to not give Linus a gift. I mean, sure, I could give it to him tomorrow. That would not be a problem, but tomorrow blackberry season starts, so I really don't want to have to go out of my way to gift anyone. If I happen to find them along the path, great. But otherwise, I'll be focused on getting blackberries. Which means I'm going to be selling my salmon berries. I'll be replacing my main energy source with the blackberries. So, I grabbed an extra sweet pea because I was forgetting about Alex. The last one I have is a gift for Gus. And everyone else I was planning to give today, I already have. Talk to Lewis. Make sure that both Penny and Mario have been talked to. Where is Pam at in terms of partners? She's at 5. this dish of the day is Lucky Lunches, which have a +3 luck buff on them, which is not bad. I was kind of hoping it would be something that has a foraging boost on it, because if I got 2 more levels of foraging from a dish, then I would be able to get 3 berries from each bush as long as that buff was active. But no such luck. It's okay, it's not a big deal. So I will pull out this and make another worm bin, and then I need to add moss to make it a deluxe worm bin. So put the other stuff away, pull out some moss, make a deluxe worm bin that will give me deluxe bait every day. And I intend to use that in over time, making my fishing better. I'll be able to replace the regular bait with deluxe bait in my inventory, or on my rod. It will be advantageous for me. And if I'm in a tight spot, I can always use regular bait. But I'm going to use up some regular bait now because I'm going to be fishing in the mountain. Hopefully getting the midnight carp. But I'm not going to wait until 10 p.m. to start fishing. I'm going to start fishing as soon as I get to the spot. This is a bubble spot, and I don't think I'll get over to it in time, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try my absolute best. Well, no, my best would have been to drink the Georgia Cola for the speed boost, but... I love it when you get the bite immediately upon casting your rod. Feels like the game is respecting my time. Even with a perfect catch, the carp is giving me 26 experience. Not nearly making a dent. Meanwhile, chubs are getting me 40. Probably another carp. I mean, it's true, every bit of experience does matter. I got complacent. Ended up missing out on perfect catch and the treasure chest. Okay, the bubbles are gone. I'll catch one more fish from right here because I already cast for the rod. And that was the last of the regular bait I had on me. I will cast into a deeper fishing zone. For early game guides, recommendation is often for you to fish here. It's so far away from any other spots of land that you'll start getting high quality fish at a fairly early level, which of course means more experience and more money. You also can catch the legend from here. It's not where I choose to stand when I fish for the legend, but it is possible to catch it standing here. But we don't need to talk too much about the legend. only available on rainy days in spring, and you have to be fishing level 10. I'm fishing level 8. Now, I will certainly be setting a day uh, in the spring aside to catch it. Ideally, by the end of spring, I'll have every fish caught. So I was able to catch basically everything that I could in summer. Am I entirely mistaken about the midnight carp? I'm surprised I haven't caught one yet. Skeletal tail, always happy to get artifacts. I'm going to check if I have to be standing like closer to the mine or something. Because the midnight carp is not a terribly rare fish. Like 5 different people said good luck. I told them I was going live. But they didn't actually come to check. So the midnight carp, which does exist, can be caught from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the mountain lake or on the forest pond. 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. fall and winter, any weather. Mountain lake continues at forest pond during fall and winter late at night. Many of the non-standard farm maps, a season in Ginger Island. So it doesn't say anything specifically about where in the mountain pond you would have to stand to catch one. I'm just getting unlucky. You guys see an example there, the timing the fishing bar falling perfectly so that it doesn't bounce. I could throw the sonar bobber on my rod, but I'll probably just sell it in the morning. It's already past midnight and I've just had no luck today. But I'm still getting fishing experience. That's my primary goal. Catching all the fish is a bonus. This might actually be one. That is a midnight carp. First one. At this point, voice crack. At this point, trying to get back to my farm is mostly a fool's errand, so I'll just catch as many fish as I can before 2 a.m. hits. I'll lose a little bit of money, but it's not a huge deal. I'll sell most of the fish I got and make it all back. I will keep the wild bait, and I don't necessarily want to trash the sonar bobber. I will trash the amphibian fossil though. I'm gonna put the field snack off to the side. Oh, I thought I dropped the field snack in a spot where I could grab it, but it fell into the water because I forgot that I don't actually usually fish here. If I drop something here, it will end up sinking. So I wasted the field snack, but that will feel less painful when I start getting the um, blackberries tomorrow. What a time to get a pop-up on my computer. I'm trying to get one last fish before the end of the day. And so I sold a few fish already, so I'm getting some money for that day. And now, day 8 of fall, year 1, 8th through 11th is blackberry season. We're finally getting a storm. Finally going to get the rain that I would need to catch the last few night and river fish. But now, we're gonna do it during blackberry season. It's blackberry season. Bushes across the countryside are overflowing with ripe fruit. Just go outside and see for yourself. Oh, hello, Jetty. Hi, Patrick. That was quite a workout, walking all the way up here. She wants largemouth bass. Anyway, I came by to ask if you wanted to have dinner with us tonight. You don't have to, but if you decide to come, could you please bring a largemouth bass with you? That's right, one of those big slimy fish from the lake. I need one for the casserole I'm making. Okay, well, it'll be at our house at around 7 p.m. tonight. Don't forget the largemouth bass. Bye. As with most quests, it doesn't matter if I'm actually there tonight or a future night. I will be able to do it whenever. I'll put the skeletal tail in there for now. So the sonar bobber, like I said I would. I will save the midnight carp. I will sell the other fish. I caught. And stashing wild bait for no particular reason. Mystery box in there. I'll hold the ore for now. Recipe from Willie for fish stew. Joja found me. Linus needs his blackberry basket. Now you can see, as I'm on the forest farm, plenty of blackberries here on my farm for me. And I will start populating my iridium rod. Deluxe bait as of today. Let me double check with the vegetable medley. Okay. Wanted to make sure that the one food item I had in there did not give me foraging experience. The pancakes do, but the friendship is a little more important than getting one extra. Did I save a largemouth bass for this? It looks like I did not. So I will need to do some additional mountain fishing before I can trigger that, but it's something I want to do every day anyway. I typically just sell the extra bait if I have one. At least in situations like this where I have enough extra bait that, or I have few enough crab pots that the extra bait is not an issue. I have 0 diamonds. I could open my Omni Geodes and hope that I get extremely lucky, but that would probably not occur. Don't have any further fish I want to give to Willie. If I catch a bunch of catfish tomorrow, then that would of course change. So 3 sweet peas at most. A spiceberry. I said I wanted to give 1 more to Caroline. I believe that is all. I'll use mostly the scythe to get my blackberries. So the first place, I'll also sell the salmon berries. That'll give me a few thousand. So the first place I'm going to go while hunting for blackberries today is not where you might expect, but in fact over to the tunnel area. Because you can see sitting on the ground here is the blackberry basket. Or berry basket, but he's using it for blackberries right now. And despite the forest and the secret woods to be the best place to find blackberries, I'm going to go ahead and head up there. Take hardwood for Robin as well. In some ways the blackberries are better than the salmon berries because salmon berries can only be found during their picking season, whereas blackberries can be found throughout the entire season, just only on the bushes during a certain time. So he got his basket, he also got a gift, so Linus is suddenly at 9 hearts. Which means if when I'm coming out of Robin's house, I should trigger a heart event that involves Linus. It only happens when you're exiting the carpenter's shop. Oh, here's a different scene. Demetrius, I didn't tell you to get tomatoes. I said to get fruit. I don't understand. Tomatoes are fruits. When a normal person says they want fruit, they never mean tomatoes. It doesn't matter what the scientific classification is. Patrick, I'm glad you're here. You'll be able to put this argument to rest. Now, how would you classify a tomato? Vegetable or fruit? Because of where the seeds are on a tomato, scientifically it is classified as a fruit. Scientifically, there is no such thing as a vegetable. Vegetable is a culinary term. I'd like to say that wisdom is knowing that, or knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing to not put tomato in a fruit salad. Now, if you look at, now the game does make a distinction classifying your crops as vegetables or fruits. The game classifies tomato in the menu screens as a vegetable. However, if you want friendship points, you want to say fruit here. It will never be brought up again in any future dialogue. The only effect that your choice has here is whether you get additional friendship points with Demetrius by saying fruit. So I will say fruit. See, Patrick agrees with me. I just want you to understand my point of view. It's hard for me to know exactly what assumptions I should make when you tell me something. But I'll try to get better at it. And she's still happy. Thanks for your help, Patrick. Need to make more Delete. So how are you and Maru getting along? We're getting along well. But not as well as, you know, that would help. Those strawberries, darn it. During this time of year, I divert my attentions to fungi. Or fungi. Ah, Sebastian's two-heart event. Oh, hey. Give me 1 sec. I will say, stay put. He asked me to give him a sec. If I tried to leave, he'll tell me to come back, so. Okay, sorry about that. I just need to finish what I was working on. You can compliment the decor in his room, which has various, science-themed things. There's also a farmer directly above him that resembles the Harvest Moon farmer. Ask him what he's working on. I do freelance work as a programmer. That was an instant message from Sam. I guess he wants to hang out. I don't really feel like going out today. Breach. Oh, hi Patrick. Sebby, I know you don't like it when I come in here, but I ran into Abigail at the store and she said she was looking for you. Did you tell her I'm working? I did. She said you'd probably stop by anyway. No one takes my job seriously. No one ever bothers Martha when she's working at the clinic. Does everyone think I'm just surfing the web all day? You can ask him about his career goals or why he doesn't want to see his friends. I will ask him about his career goals. Well, I'm trying to save up so I can move out of here. Probably to the city or something. You know, if I'd gone to college, I'd probably be making 6 figures right now. But I just don't want to be part of that corporate rat race, you know? Well, and I guess I just feel more comfortable hidden behind the computer than dealing with people face to face. Again, mood. Well, I should get back to work. I need to get this module finished by tomorrow. I am looking forward to having a house upgrade so that I can get his friendship up quickly. So, it's big harvest season, isn't it? Oh, Sebastian loves frozen tears, which you can of course get in the frozen sections of the mines. But he also loves sashimi. That's easy if you have crab pots and a way to cook it. So Linus is looking around the bushes, and as he walks by the front door, Robin comes out. Beep! Oh, it's Linus, right? Are you hungry? I can make you some lunch. How about some leftover cave carrot stew? That's very nice of you, but no thanks. I've had great luck foraging today. Okay. Patrick, you look like you have something to say. You can say that you're pleased Linus is doing well, or you can invite Linus to live on the farm with you. Now, if he would actually live on the farm with you, I would say absolutely, but he won't, and he won't be happy about that. So I'll say I'm pleased that Linus is doing well. Thanks. You had me worried there. I thought you were going to ask me to move on to the farm with you. Wink. You know, I consider you my closest friend in the valley. You never tried to fix me. You respect my way of life, even if you don't understand it. I really appreciate that. Ah, can you smell that? It's the sweet aroma of ripe berries. Aw, what a sweetheart. She did have dialogue previously, saying that she knows that Linus lives in the mountain with them, but that they don't really interact much. There are also some people that suggest that the cat who graffitis his tent or throws rocks at it could potentially be Sebastian. Sebastian does say that he sometimes throws rocks at the mountain, so it is conceivable that while doing that he ends up hitting Linus's tent. I don't think it's his intention to do so. I don't think he's being malicious. If you want my wife to dislike you, give her quartz. She hates it with passion. Guess everyone has their hang-ups. Which is amusing because Abigail likes quartz. She doesn't love quartz, but it is a liked gift for her. I temporarily forgot that I came back coming here. Fall is Abby's favorite season, so we shall come out of the room more often. Fall is the season of Halloween, which is why I love fall as well. This Halloween remains my favorite holiday. Nothing that happened this will change that. I'll go up to Sam because he's there. I can try talking to Harvey and Leah as they walk by. Actually, I want to get the driftwood ready. That's Leah. Talk to Lewis. And now I'll go in and give Evelyn her broken glasses. I'm happy that they actually made the broken glasses a gift for someone. I had tried when the game first came out to give them to both Pierre and Harvey, because they were wearing. I had noticed that they were wearing glasses in their profile portraits, but neither of them were happy to receive broken glasses. Okay, so we have two that I cannot do. We have Pierre's Prime Produce. Hello there, for an upcoming promotion I'm thinking of offering some high quality vegetables at a slight premium. Now where a thrifty shopkeep might find 25 gold star vegetables. I'm not growing anything, so I'm not going to get gold star vegetables. The other request is crop order. The Queen of Sauce was recently spotted dining on fresh cranberries. Now everyone in the world wants one. Anyone who ships 100 cranberries by the end of the season will earn a substantial reward from the Pelican Town Agricultural Fund. Both give you the entire season to complete them. But I'm not going to be fishing or farming by the end of the season. And even if I were, by the time I actually get done with my fishing and started doing it, the chances of me actually being able to get all of that completed is pretty low. I'll talk to Emily real quick, and I saw we have bubbles again. This may surprise you if you haven't played Stardew Valley yourself, but bubbles are not all that frequent in the current. I'm just getting quite lucky with how often they're appearing. I don't want to miss my chance to easily give her her pancakes for the day. It is unlikely that I will be giving her the largemouth bass either today or tomorrow. happens. Just saw it on this game. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to be focused the next few days on getting blackberries and particularly on the day after this one, getting the rainfish, so getting the largemouth bass for uh, Jody, which is not time sensitive, is less of a priority. The largemouth bass can be caught in any weather, in any season in the mountain lake. So it's not like when fall ends, I'll be unable to do so anymore. Mainly salmon and midnight. Salmon is the main fall-only fish, besides anglerfish, of course. Most of the other fish that can be caught in fall can be caught in other seasons as well. Like midnight carp can also be caught in winter, along with the albacore, which can be caught in the ocean right now. Catfish and shad, which will be available when it's raining, are also available in other seasons. The walleye might be available in winter technically, but it's a rainfish and it doesn't rain in winter, it snows. But the game does still have data in the game for fish that may be caught in the rain in winter, because there is a craftable item that can force rain, even in winter. Nearly, very nearly out of energy. We're also very nearly at level 9 fishing. We're almost out of energy because of staying out until 2 AM the night before. I overcast. I'll eat the bread so I can keep going at least until the bubbles are gone. The first and last day of blackberry season, like salmonberry season, is a little less effective than the middle days, which is why I'm not too worried about spending a lot of time today fishing. But there go the bubbles, so I'll head into the forest area now and resume my berry harvest. Still getting 3 from every bush. I did not see Elliot today, so I still have crab cakes to give him. But I will take a peek in the circuit woods, but I won't stay too long. I see some up here and here. Yeah, in the first salmonberry season, it's not terribly likely that you'll have upgraded your axe multiple times so you can come in here. But there are typically a lot of berries on the bushes in the secret woods. dodge that one. I find that the bushes that have blackberries on them are actually a little easier to see in the evening. Whereas other things tend to get darker, they almost glow. Of course, it doesn't mean I want to wait until night to start collecting them. If I do that, then there just won't be enough time. Unless you're at a point where you have like all the movement speed upgrades. You got a horse that you're feeding carrots, and triple shot espresso literally runs through your veins. You gotta get Harvey to hook up coffee at you. Yeah, with enough buffs, your movement speed in this game can be just absolutely absurd. I have none of these upgrades. You've seen me have Joja Cola every now and then to walk a little bit faster for a little bit of time. But that just scratches the surface of how much faster you can move. Fortunately, I don't see myself getting a horse anytime soon. You glad you're a farmer? Sure, it's effort to be friends with people, but some people it's worth it. Have your sweet pea dust. The one I did not give out today was the jazz. Did not see the children today. I will check the dish of the day is sashimi, which, as I was saying earlier, is a loved gift for Sebastian. I think if there were two, I would go for it, because then I could get not only two loved gifts to him, but the boost at the end of the week. But if it's just one, then oh wait. I do want to upgrade my house, hopefully pretty soon. Just everything I want, the ores, the tool upgrades, the house upgrade, everything costs so much money. I did catch a super cucumber already. I'll sell the one that I found in the trash. I did use the scythe in range of a tree. More mushrooms. I will keep the sweet pea in my inventory as a reminder that I have a gift for Jazz. Okay. So unfortunately, the salmon berries were not quality, nor did I really have all that many of them. I only had 214. So at 5G per salmon berry, it's only 1,000. Eventually, when I'm selling the blackberries at next salmon berry season, them being iridium quality will give me a lot more money. There's also something else that happens in winter that will make me more money from them. Fortunately, I did a fair bit of fishing thanks to the bubbles, so I still got good money. Almost at 8,000. The booksellers in town, that's just more money that I'm not looking to spend right now. I also don't have any books to trade in. 1 week from today, we are holding the Stardew Valley Fair in the town square. It is the biggest event of the year, drawing people from all across the country to our humble town. If you'd like, you can set up a grand display for the event. Just bring up to 9 items that best showcase your talents. You'll be judged on the quality and diversity of your display. The fair starts at 9 a.m. Don't miss it. There are various categories of items you can do. You can do minerals, fish, cooked dishes, vegetables, fruits, all sorts of things. I'll take as much as I can through the display. There's no guarantee that I'll be able to win it this year, because I don't have a whole lot of different things. But I'll do my best, and there are good rewards, so you at least want to put something up, because you'll get tokens no matter what, how good your display is. And then additional tokens can be either bought, or there are some mini games at the fair that I will also showcase. So it is a thunderstorm today, which means things can be destroyed. I'm not terribly concerned. The gifts that I want to give out are ones that are already in my inventory. The catfish and shad can be caught all day. The walleye can be caught starting at noon? Noon or 2. And then the eel can be caught starting at 4 p.m. So I'm going to do a quick circuit around the forest, getting some blackberries. Then I will set myself up at the river to catch catfish and shad. When it changes to when it's time that I can get a walleye, I will come back into the forest and fish at the pond here. You have a higher chance of catching a walleye there than you do in the river. And then hopefully I will have catfish, shad, and walleye all caught before 4 p.m. and I can go to the ocean to catch eel. That's how I hope things will work out. Not going all the way to the bottom of the forest area. I will go ahead and make a couple casts here. See if I get the catfish or shad right away, even before the ranch opens. Right now, I kind of wish I had made the deluxe worm bin a few days earlier. It was a salmon that got me level 9 fishing. So I'll come in here and talk to Marnie, talk to and gift to Jazz. I have the 1 pancakes left. I suppose I could just fish here, but I like fishing in the river in town. It feels good to me. So once I'm level 9 and 10 fishing, I don't stand right up against the edge here. Because if I do, sometimes my cast will go down too far. Too close to the shore on the other side. So I stand a step or 2 back. So that's not a worry. If I'm lucky, I'll get enough treasure chests and deluxe speed from them that I won't have to worry about not having all that much. I think I got the chest. Yes, I did. I got some fire quartz, which is wild. I also got a just spinner, which is going to increase my bite rate significantly. This will make the fish easier to catch like the deluxe bait does, but here's my first catfish. Not without too much difficulty. So I need one for the community center. If I catch additional catfish today, I will use them partially for gifts to finish getting glory up to 10 hearts. But ideally I'd be able to sell a bunch of them too. That's already 2 catfish. The shad is actually a pretty easy fish to catch, so the ones that are moving more, like the tiger trout and the catfish, you know those are not it. I think it's about the same difficulty as the salmon, but maybe moves a little bit less. And I hope I'm not crazy. I'm pretty sure you can catch shad now. There's my bait. Now it's kind of amusing. I made the title of my stream on both Twitch and YouTube, Keeping the Art of Fishing Alive. And I actually got one of those quests from Willie on the notice board, and I didn't bother to do it. I'm still doing plenty of fishing, just not in the way that Willie asked me to. I will catch one more fish here and then head over to the forest pond. Until I catch a walleye. While I'm catching the walleye, I may use my other hand to check for shad. Jazz decided today was a fine day to jump rope in the rain. I'm not worried about getting more driftwood right now. But it is concerning that I don't have the walleye yet, and my inventory is already full. But there is the walleye for spring, summer, and fall. The shad can be caught from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. in the rain. River in Pelican Town or the forest. So, I can catch the shad now, I just have not been lucky as of yet. I will swing through my farm because my inventory is full. And I don't want to have to keep trashing things. Oh my goodness, excellent. There's a purple mushroom on my farm that will be foraged and be a regular quality. Obviously I need some for the community center as well, but one will be reserved as a gift. Syrup. I got some geodes, quartz. The strange doll, or the ancient doll has already been donated. Also the salmon. I already saved the tiger trout, but I saved a gold quality one up the silver quality one there. Both the catfish, so I don't accidentally get rid of them. Same with the walleye. Just put those in there so that if something strange happens with my inventory, I still have the ones that are here. Okay. I don't have a completely empty inventory, but it's better than it was. It's highly likely that there will be at least one more rain day in fall. So I don't need to make sure, 100% sure that I catch everything today. But I would like to. So a couple more casts here before the eel becomes available. Hopefully I'll catch the shad quickly. This could be one. That's another salmon. Even if I did catch a shad, I would return to fishing in the river once I've caught my eel, because catfish is the big ticket item today. But it is 4 p.m. I'll head over to get the eel. If I catch an eel, then I can complete the night fishing bundle and get a small glow ring as my reward for that. There's finally a cockle on the beach. You know, ages after I completed the crab pot bundle. Finally one of the ones I need. Eel moves a lot like tuna. It goes up to the top of the bar right away, and then starts moving after that. So we'll be relatively certain when I hook an eel. If I want to think about cooking, additional eels are required for both the fried eel and spicy eel recipe. I have often actually used an eel pond so that I can make spicy eel before it gets easier to acquire later on. So I'll see if I can get a second eel, just because. As long as I'm not moving my mouse too far off the screen, or getting distracted by the sound of Willie opening his door. One of my friends on Steam just started playing Stardew Valley. I will go until maybe 7. Looking for a second eel. But like I said, getting another eel is not terribly important right now. There will be other rain days in fall and again in spring where I can catch more eel. If I don't get a second one today, it is not a big deal. As long as I have one for the community center, that's all I need. Maybe I will get a second one. Okay, so one of those will go into community center, one I will keep. I may or may not end up making a fish pond out of it, but I have the option. Let me grab these real quick. The exclamation point over the special orders board will stay there all week. The exclamation point only goes away if you accept one of the quests. And like the board outside of Pierre's shop, there's no penalty for failing to complete one that you accept. But I still don't like accepting special orders that I have no intention of completing. My dress spinner wore out. Yep. Past an hour and a half, so I'll probably take my break after this day. How much I enjoy the break, basically. It's based on whether I get the shad, if it will be a celebratory break or a sad break. I happened to blink at the exact moment that lightning flashed in the game. It made me feel like the lights in this room flashed. Which they shouldn't. That light is on, is not on, that light is not on, that light doesn't work. And you don't have a storm in real life, so there shouldn't be any lightning outside. Plus there's snow on the ground. I mean, the weather here is crazy enough that you could have a thunderstorm when there's snow on the ground. It would not be the first time within the last month that happened. But it's not very common. We've had negative temperatures and 80 degrees in the same day. There's a shad. And the rare disc. Another artifact. So, like I said, I was going to finish out fishing the day here anyway. Hoping for more catfish. But I have what I need to finish both the river and the river and the night fishing bundle. Lewis is doing something that he does on rare occasion. It's 9:30 p.m. and he is not heading towards his house. He is actually heading towards the ranch. And if I had the key to the town and could unlock the ranch, I would be able to see him getting into bed with Morny. Which he does from time to time. I'm not too worried about the changes get up to 6. No, it's at 5. I want him to be at 6 before it rains again, but we'll see. So I'm not too worried about what they're actually saying today, but I still want to get the friendship points for talking to them all and checking that. Bean hot pot. Now, the bean hot pot is one of those dishes where I forget who actually gives it to you and who loves it. I always get them mixed up. Clint gives you the recipe, Demetrius loves it. They're pretty cheap, and Demetrius did not get up to 10 hearts. He's at 6 and some odd number. No, I'm worrying too much about friendship. That should not be my focus right now in the game. My focus should be getting more fishing experience and money. Friendship will come later. Besides, it's easier to make friends later in the game anyway. As with previous as with foraging, I need 5,000 fishing experience to actually get the level 10. So I will get an additional catfish. Unfortunately, I did not get the chance for 2 from the wild bait to trigger. One more cast. I don't really want to use any items for more. For more casting. I will call that a good day. So on a future day in the game, I will go turn in all those fish, completing a couple more bundles. But for now, my character will be heading to bed. I got additional walleye, additional catfish. I got some eel. Which I don't have a spot to put any eel or shad. What I will do is I will take the algae and jellies and I'll move them to the other container behind. The shad, say the eel. The other stuff I do not need. Let me make sure that I already turned in the bream. I did. I will use the gold quality walleye for the bundle. Save those. I'll be using a silver quality catfish as well. Just put the stuff away. After blackberry season, I will make a trip to the museum for some various artifacts I've been finding. So that was not a great blackberry day, but it was a very successful fishing day. I reached level 9 fishing for additional fishing rod proficiency. I can now craft magnets and cook seafoam pudding. I made some money off of my fish. Tiger trout sells pretty well when you get quality ones. Before I go on my break, I will show you the magnet and the seafoam pudding. Schrodinger loves you! My cat loves me. 5 hearts. I'll still continue petting it when I think about it, but I don't have to. So the magnet, I'm going to show all the trappers and baits, because I'm not sure I have. So you get 3 magnets for 1 iron bar. It increases the chance of finding treasures when fishing. It says fish aren't crazy about the taste, but it doesn't actually decrease the bite chance. There's a spinner, 2 iron bars, slightly increases the bite rate. The dressed spinner, iron bars and cloth, increases the bite rate more. Trap bobber I've made, it causes fish to escape slower when you're not reeling them in. Sonar bobber shows you what you're catching. The cork bobber, for wood, hardwood, and slime, slightly increases the size of the fishing bar. The treasure hunter makes it so that fish don't escape while you're trying to collect a treasure chest, and slightly increases the chance to find those treasures. The barbed hook I like even less than the sonar bobber. It makes your catch more secure, causing the fishing bar to cling to your catch. Works best on slow, weak fish. If it's a fish that moves more, the barbed hook will actually prevent you from moving the fishing bar as freely yourself, and thus making the harder fish even harder to catch than they already are. And the seafoam pudding, which gives +4 fishing for a flounder, a midnight carp, and a squid ink. It's the food that increases fishing level the most. So, I will be taking a short break, and I will be back to continue fishing and blackberry collecting and other things in Stardew Valley shortly. I encourage everyone else to also hydrate and stretch and rest your eyes and do whatever else you need to do. I'll be back soon. Okay, we are back in. Hello, everyone. Let's get back into it. So, we are done with the rain for now. If that's okay. I'm just gonna check the billboard from here. Fishing available again. Jody's birthday tomorrow. 50 wood from Robin because I need so much more wood. I'll mostly save wild bait for a potential quest that comes from the special orders board. So we are currently over 10,000 G, which means if I wanted to get the largest backpack, the house upgrade, or the largest, or to upgrade largest backpack or the house upgrade, I could do one of those three things. Now that my cat is at max hearts, it can sometimes give you a gift when you pet it. We will see how long it takes for that to actually happen. Multiple more purple mushrooms over here, so I have more than enough that I need for both the community center and the wizard. In fact, I have enough to gift to the wizard, put them in the community center, and dehydrate a set. Purple mushrooms are even more valuable in the dehydrated than other types of mushrooms. There's a new pine tar, and the replacement maple tree has finally started to grow. So I still have a crab cake to give to Elliot for this week. I'll continue to hold the pancakes. And once I've done a circuit of everything, and I'm confident that I have enough blackberries for today, then I will think about taking those fish over to the community center. If I still don't end up getting Elliot today, he does always go to the saloon on Thursdays and Fridays, so it's not like I'm going to completely miss out on gifting him. I just want the crab cake out of my inventory so I don't have to think about it. The only person I have to make sure I get on a particular day is Jody for her birthday. I'm kind of bummed that I don't think I'll be getting Abigail to 8 hearts. Her birthday is a couple days later. I think going to the secret woods. I'll check the number that I have and see if I think it's necessary to swing back up there. I'm sitting at 218 right now. I think anywhere above 300 is doing pretty well. And if I'm at 221 with more to collect today and all of tomorrow, I don't know that the secret woods today are strictly necessary. Especially since I'll get some off the ground throughout the course of the season. And but any more than what I hope to have. Every extra berry is more money I'll make when I sell them in spring. So instead of talking myself out of it, I talked myself into it. It's just a shame I don't have a magnet ring still. It'd make it a little less perilous in here. I have to stand and wait for the berries to drop. I would have been able to avoid that slime. All three bushes back here have them. And there's a bush on the other side of the pond. 3 of them in fact. Down here too. 2 of them have berries. Dodging slimes. There. Get some of these branches out of the way so that I can walk through here rather than around. Looks like there's some rocks in the way there though. Save myself a little bit of time in the future, hopefully. So Marnie does work on Wednesdays. It's a joke in the community that Marnie never works, but it's Monday and Tuesday that she takes off, except for 2 other days in the year, the day of hers and Jazz's annual checkup. Other than that, she works. But people complained about it so much that there's actually a book you can buy that allows you to buy things from Marnie, even when she's not there. And I love that view of her. Wait a second. Vincent's not quite at 10? It looks like there's just a little shade of that 10th heart that's not filled in. Maybe so. Either way, he is now. Huh. Abigail loves pumpkins. And here's one more crab cake for Elliot. It's not enough to get him to 8, but he is at 7 and a little bit more of the bar, so I am comfortable in saying that I have done enough gifting for Elliot. Let's see if I can read this book, even though Abigail is standing there. Technology report. The blueprints for an advanced piece of machinery called a crystallarium have recently been published. This machine can grow crystals from almost nothing, providing their owners with endless supplies of valuable gems. Here's how it works. Place a gem of your choice inside the crystallarium. Now be patient, it can take up to several days, but eventually the crystallarium will grow a copy of whatever you placed inside. You'll know it's ready when it stops wiggling. Once you remove your gem, the crystallarium will start working on yet another clone. You'll never need to restock it unless you want to change the kind of gem it produces. Unfortunately, the crystallarium doesn't work with the extremely rare gemstone known as prismatic shard.
For some reason, the electromagnetic field from the shard interacts negatively with the crystallarium. The crafting recipe for crystallarium is given to you at mining level 9. There are also 2 free crystallariums you can get. Well, free. One is the reward for the 25,000 G bundle in the community center, and one is a reward for having gifted many, many items to the museum. George likes me enough now that he is willing to turn off his television to talk to me. Always have to get more clay. It's Wednesday, so I cannot talk to Pierre today. I already talked to Abigail because she was at the museum. Here's Caroline. During the break, I did check gifts for her, and it turns out that daffodils are not the only spring forage she likes. She also likes wild horseradish. So when I get back to my farm, I will check how many of those I have and see if I can continue, if I have enough of those to continue gifting her in that way. Alright, I'm almost done with my berry cycle for today. I am already above 300. Robin's already outside. It's Demetrius. Demetrius is still out. But Sebastian is down here. I wouldn't mind waking up at 6:20 p.m. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I don't stream tomorrow, so I can sleep in if I want to. I don't have a lot of besides streamers going on this weekend. Just have to make sure I'm still eating. Not sure what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. It is more than likely either steak or barbecued chicken. Yeah, I'll check the dates on them and see which one I have less time to consume. And have the other one for dinner tomorrow night. There are some bushes up in the train station, but I really don't think it's necessary to worry about them. I think I'm getting enough berries as it is. I'm also not too worried about checking the tunnel past the bus station. Okay, so I'm going to put these and these away. Confirm what I've already donated. I have already donated the bream and the sunfish. So as far as night fishing goes, I need an eel and a walleye. I need shad, catfish, and tiger trout for the river fish bundle. I'll be able to get that blackberry when I go back by. There's another. Also, past the 15th day of fall, some trees, when you shake them, will be able to drop a hazelnut. But there's no visual indication that those particular trees will drop them, nor is it guaranteed. I really wish I had enough pride tickets to get the uh, item that makes friendships go up faster. That would be very, very nice to have. Alright, let's turn in night fish. And as I said, the reward for this is a small glow ring. Oh no, it's a full-size glow ring now. And then river fish, catfish, shad, and tiger trout. That gives me 30 deluxe bait. We've caught the pufferfish and the wood skip. As I've said before, sandfishes in the desert, ghost fishes they drop from ghost enemies, or floor 20 or 60 of the mines. So it likely won't be until we've started going through the mines that we're actually finally able to complete the fish tank entirely and get the glittering boulder removed reward. But as I said, it's not the most important reward. And one of the possible things you can get by using that reward is mining experience anyway. So even if I did complete it now, I wouldn't be able to do it until I start working on mining. Okay, with 1 day of blackberry season left to go, I will have 10 saved for recipes. I have 335, which is more than I think is strictly necessary, but I'm not going to complain. Even if we don't spend much time fishing, we are at least, now that I have a missed call from a local number, but I'm not sure. A local landline, but I don't recognize the number. But they did not leave a message. We're at least getting some rhubarb pie recipe, about additional pets if I want them. George sent me stone. I'm getting some fishing experience every day because I have more been providing bait. It's 5 for each crab bite you harvest. So Marnie sent me a message saying that I can adopt additional pets. Each animal type can give you different gifts when you get them up to 5 hearts, and you may wish either to have a chance of getting those other items or just want another pet. You can get a pet bowl built at Robin's shop, and you can adopt as many pets as you have pet bowls for. Every animal needs its own bowl for water. You can get different types of dogs, the different types of cats. You can also get a turtle. There was speculation at one point that you would be able to adopt a bird because there's a birdhouse decoration available from Robin, but there's no bird pet. There are birds in the game that you can have with you, but they are not pets. They are a completely different sort of, for lack of a better word, item. That's one that you'll definitely see me using now in 30 streams or so. It will take a while before I even can get it. Let's good enough. I'm gonna go all the way in there. The secret woods will become more fun again in winter. Uh, if you haven't gotten all of the lost books by the time winter starts, there will be dig spots are easier to see in winter, and there will be a lot of dig spots in the secret woods that will often give you lost books. Once all lost books are found, any dig spot that would have spawned a lost book will instead spawn mixed seeds. Which are useful anyway. As I touched on last stream when I completed the community cleanup quest. Mixed seeds are one of the things required to craft fiber seeds. And times when I tried to fill my entire field with fiber, mixed seeds were usually the thing I did not have enough of. Right, I'm just starting to get a little bit tired. When I'm streaming Skyrim, I can hold the controller, close to me or up on my head or wherever. When I'm streaming Stardew Valley and playing, I have to hold my arm out towards the mouse all the time. I know to keep my wrist slightly elevated, so it's not my wrist that's hurting, it's the forearm that starts to get tired. I also, if I start to forget to elevate my wrist, I have a little thing I can place there. That will elevate my wrist for me. Alright, so here are the... for Jody's birthday. That got her up to 8 hearts. Right just about exactly at 8. So, as I suspected, not quite all the way to 10, but it's certainly a big boost. If I go catch the largemouth bass and do that, that will get her even more friendship. Actually, we'll put the thing on by my wrist. I usually remember, but sometimes I get a little bit lazy with it. And I know people who stream similar lengths to I do that end up having significant wrist problems. Actually, I have to wear braces whenever they play games. And I'd like to avoid that if possible. That's more mystery boxes and some fun. I'm down here to talk to Willie. I did not bring a catfish to give to him. He's still talking about rare fish. I've got 34,000 frames this stream. I have noticed that the stream quality tank a couple times, but I've mostly just been hoping that it resolves quickly whenever it does happen. Even though he's at 10 hearts, I'm going to keep talking to George. I'm baking cookies. They're shaped like little pumpkins. You've already told me your recipe, Miss Evelyn. What are you gonna make for dinner tonight? Maybe I'll just take out from the saloon. I promised myself that I would cook dinner this weekend rather than just ordering takeout every night. Oh dear, a tiny crab appears to have made his home in my shirt pocket. That's the trouble with living on the beach. I should make sure I do some additional fishing today, because I haven't yet. And I got the gift that I needed to given. I got things at the community center donated. And I'm almost done with doing a complete cycle of the valley for blackberries. We are above 400 already. I think I will take some time to fish here at the lake when I get up here and see if I can get a largemouth bass to take down to #1 Willow Lane, where Jody, Vincent, and Sam live. As far as I'm aware, Jody's the only one that actually gets friendship from that out of the three. But she's the only one that's not at max hearts, so. If you want to make friends with fire, you can't go wrong with dwarf gadget. Now the chances of me actually getting a dwarf gadget anyway right now, that's another story. It's not a terribly common artifact. So I'll fish here for a largemouth bass. If I get one, great. If I don't, then at least I'll have more fishing experience. So right now I have my wrist resting on a little bean bag, and I have my elbow resting on my knee, which limits the strain on my arm. That's one of the reasons why I stream Stardew Valley less, and actually have more hours of it on my Switch than I do on PC. It's like, my arm doesn't get as tired. I'm playing a little bit more on PC. Strengthen the arm. This could be a largemouth bass. Sure enough. You don't have to be at the house right at 7 p.m. Basically any time between 7 and 8 works. Their house closes at 8, so you can't do it after that. So I'll cast for one more fish, I think. I'll fish more after doing that, but I'll move away from the mountain. Got a chewing stick, which is another thing I'll be donating to Gunther tomorrow. Oh, Robin is at 6 hearts, which means the next time I go into the shop when she's there, she will give me a couple crafting recipes. Like many other events, going into the house to do the dinner does not actually advance time. So it'll be the same time when I come out as it was when I went in. I don't see Vincent during this month. Oh, hi Patrick, come in. Do I smell fresh fish? For once it actually is fresh. I didn't pull it out of a chest that's been sitting in for 2 seasons. Sam, could you come in here and help with dinner? Yes, ma'am. Slap down on the floor. Wow, this looks like quality bass, Patrick. Thanks so much for bringing this. It doesn't matter what quality you give them. It doesn't have any effect on the... that crispy bass was delicious. The breading was out of this world. I almost feel like part of the family now. And having done that, Jody's still at 8 hearts. I'm not sure if it actually changes. I thought it did. Or maybe it doesn't get applied until I sleep. We'll see. Talk to Shane. Still in the 5 heart range. Talk to Pam, who's still at 5 hearts. Gus, who's up to 7 now. And is still right at 6. I didn't talk to Mario. I thought I did. Clint, Abigail, Harvey, bunches of people I haven't actually talked to today. The one I know I can get for sure is Clint. I didn't see Leah on the list. I didn't scroll down far enough to see Leah, but I'll talk to her too. As far as Abigail, I think that's the other one I can still get. If she's not, she's already asleep. Okay, never mind. I'm friends enough with her to go into her room, but if they're already asleep, then talking to them will have no impact on the friendship. 35,000 frames. You know what, I'm heading towards bed anyway. There's a couple... There's a berry bush here I can shake. And I may as well, just so that I'm taking advantage of all the time I have, shaking this tree as well. My left arm, despite also being outstretched when I'm streaming this game, doesn't get as tired. Because my left arm is stronger. I am left-handed. I've already donated glass shards. I think it is time to start switching out for higher quality things that I pick up on the beach. Got some more clay. It's a whole 17 clay. Let me look at my chest here. I have 8 wild horseradish and they are all regular quality. So that's not going to help me a whole heck of a lot with Caroline's friendship, but 8 is more than the 3 and 2 I have as far as daffodils go. Big stretch. I'm trying to decide if I want to take a second break after the next day or end the stream at 3 hours. If I take another break, I can go a little longer. But if if I don't, then I would want to end the stream around then. We'll feel it out. Abigail's birthday tomorrow. I've been giving her gifts throughout the week. Jody will teach me how to make ice cream. Or taught me how to make ice cream, I should say. I do not have an amethyst, which is usually your go-to loved gift for Abigail on most occasions. I also don't have any of the food she loves. She is unabashedly admits that she loves to eat, which is always, nice to hear. I like people who like to eat. I also like to eat. She does love pufferfish, but I'm not sure if I want to give up pufferfish, especially since I haven't already. If I'd already donated it, then I would consider giving her a pufferfish as a loved gift instead of saving one for Demetrius, but I don't have an extra for the community center. Basically, I'm going to be hoping that okay, OBS Studio is reconnected. Please give me a moment to make sure that both streams are live again. Okay, it says I'm live again on Twitch. Am I still live on YouTube? I am still live on YouTube. Let me confirm that with... Okay. So we're still live, but if OBS is disconnecting, then I may end the stream sooner than I was planning. May end the stream after this day, regardless of anything else. If I'm really struggling to keep going, then it may be best to end. Maybe it's antivirus that's messing things up. Times when I'd have Skyrim crash when I was playing on my own, it was usually because my antivirus was running in the background, performing a scan. But I don't think that's the case here. Maybe it's just the internet being a little temperamental. This is a shame, I wanted to bathe. I noticed this big spot a few days ago. Make sure I get that dug up. Couple more branches to get out of my way. Hello, Same Mood. Welcome to the stream. I got given a jade. Alright, so I got a few things to give to Gunther today. Of course, the wisdom of giving him the frozen tear and fire quartz is questionable, as if I were to hang on to both of those, I would be able to repair the minecarts a little bit quicker once I've started mining. I won't worry about it too much. So, It do have the truffle again for a significantly less amount of money this time. But I would say that my argument from last time still stands, as I don't have a poppy. It doesn't really save me that much time completing the community center. Fried calamari is a loved gift for Pierre, and there is some logic to buying it to have a loved gift to give him. But his birthday won't be coming around again until spring, and I can catch plenty of things. Wait, is fried calamari squid or octopus to cook? If it's squid, then it's not a problem. Technically, both animals are calamari. Though typically, I think squid is eaten more than octopus is. Okay, it does take squid to cook, so I will be able to cook that anyway. Before his birthday. And either way, by that point, by the time his birthday comes around again, he might be at or near max hearts anyway. So today I don't have blackberries to collect. It's not a birthday. I don't need to do any particular questing. So the main thing I will do is I will be taking these items over to the museum to donate, and then just seeing how much fishing experience I can get today. If I happen to find people that I want to talk to along the way, either in their house or not too far off the beaten path, then I will talk to them. But otherwise, I won't worry about it too much. I think I want to fish in the ocean again. I know that there are a few fish in the ocean, particularly later in the day, that I have not caught yet. Particularly springing to mind is the albacore. It can be caught in fall and winter. Near the end of its time in season, Gus will ask you to catch one. So it'd be nice if I had one ahead of time. I have specific spots where I put just about everything. It's not an exact science, but I tend to stick to it somewhat. So I got 2 new rewards. I got starfruit seeds, which I'll be able to use in summer, and I'll be painting a night on Echo Hill. Since I'm going down to the beach to fish, I will take a little bit of extra time to talk to people up here and make sure they're... Now I really have been a grumpy old man to everyone. Now I feel like I'm softening up like an old ripe fruit. Take care, son. George spends the whole day in front of that darn television set. I hope he goes outside today. Server rate. Alex needs a red snapper. I caught a bunch on the day that it was, raining, because it can only be caught in rain. I don't believe I saved any. I am debating what I want to use this money on. If I were getting cave jelly, I would absolutely use it on the fish smoker recipe, because fish smokers are incredible for increasing profit. I could use it towards tool upgrades, I could get the largest backpack, I could get a house upgrade. I have the money and what I would need for that. I could cook things then, but I don't know if being able to cook things is really something that would help advance me right now. I would say that a tool upgrade is probably my best bet. The only argument I really have for upgrading my house right now is I just got another decorative item, and I don't have anywhere to display decorative items right now. Yeah, spraying from it is freaking quite hard at this point. Stream, my bitrate temporarily dropped all the way down to 0. OBS did not disconnect again from that, but if it's sticking that way, semi-regularly, then it will probably end up dying. I don't anticipate that I'm going to get the 3,000 additional experience I need today to actually level up my fishing to level 10. But I should be able to get a fair bit of the way there. And hopefully as the day wears on, get an albacore at some point. It's an evening fish though. Sea cucumbers are not bad to have. If you like cooking lucky lunches, you need sea cucumber for that. Or maybe I should build the house upgrade as much as I'm talking about cooking. It would also give me additional storage. So that is something to consider. Gives you a refrigerator in your house that you can put. You can use it just like you can in the other chest. The main difference is that if you're cooking something, items from the refrigerator can be consumed as ingredients for the recipe. So you have to be careful that you don't put like a legendary fish in there or something and accidentally end up using it for a sashimi or whatever. I don't mind doing seaweed, but I really wish I had enough stone to make a fish pond. That's another way I can spend the money. I can buy the remaining stone I need for the fish pond, and then still have enough money left over to craft one. And that would... I mean, I'm... almost halfway up the way from level 9 to level 10 fishing. So I don't know that it would be a huge impact on how quickly I get to level 10. I might get there in a couple days regardless. It doesn't really hurt to have a fish pond. I do have the crimson fish, which is the second most valuable fish. I can put that in there and make decent money off of it. I think the fish pond is the route I'm going to make. I will put a note. Post-it notes somewhere to remind me to do that on Tuesday. And I play Stardew Valley again. I'm more or less just rambling and thinking out loud right now. There's not a whole lot else to say when I'm just fishing the day away. And lots of sardines. And if I had potatoes, I could make hash browns and make fish of the sea. That's how a lot of people actually manage to catch the legend in the first spring. They'll buy the hash brown recipe from Gus, catch some sardines in the ocean, grow some potatoes, buy the oil that they need, make a cookout kit, and then they only need to be level 7 to catch the legend, because Dish of the Sea will give them an additional 3 fishing levels. Dish of the Sea's recipe given by leveling up fishing. So if you're close enough that it would get you up to level 10, you already know the recipe. The albacore is not needed for a bundle, or it's not a loved gift for people. I don't think it is specifically required for any cooking recipe. The only one you need, I mean, of course you want to catch it to get it onto your fishing collection, but I think the only time you actually use one is for Gus's fish quest. I think something else I should do is move my crab pots here to the ocean along with the worm bin. The items you can get from worm bins on the ocean are different than the ones you can get in freshwater, and I've gotten everything that freshwater can yield. But the one at the ocean can yield the clam, sardine, mussel, and cockle. I've been able to forage, but foraging them does not add them to your fishing collection. You need to get them from a fish spot. There's also shrimp, crab, and lobster that you can get from salt water. So there's quite a bit of the fishing collection that I can fill out if I bring my crab pots out here and remember to at least check them somewhat regularly. It's actually better to do that before Willie's at 10 hearts, because if I am still trying to get his friendship up, it will remind me to come down to the beach more often than I might otherwise. So I'm not sure exactly what time albacore starts to appear, but I am willing to use some of my... I got so many more blackberries than I was expecting to get that I'm okay using some of them to keep me fishing a little bit later tonight. Especially if this is going to be the last day for the stream, I want to make sure that I'm not going to bed too early. You can still catch the cucumbers here in summer. They do not go away at the end of the summer. I said summer twice. They're still here in fall. I am out of the deluxe bait I got. Let's make sure I ate something which kept me facing down. You can see these iridium quality blackberries can use 65 energy each. So not only do I have way more than the number of 7 berries I have at any point, each one is giving far more benefit. With that in mind, I may just save even more for save even more in my chest. I'm not getting the timing right at the bottom of the bar to stop it from bouncing. We are more than 3/5 of the way to that final fishing level. There is the albacore that I was hoping for. So now that I caught the fish that I wanted, I will not restore energy again, but I will at least fish out the remaining of what I currently have. OBS wasn't disconnected for very long, but unfortunately it will break up the stream on Twitch into 2 VODs. But the archive on YouTube will still be one video. It stays active for a few minutes after you end a broadcast, or if you disconnect, it doesn't end the stream immediately on YouTube. So, a temporary loss doesn't require YouTube to split up the streams. Now maybe if I lost internet access entirely, it would be a different story. But a lot of seaweed today. So much seaweed. I have 15 energy left, so that should be, as I'm at level 9, 2 casts should be safe. More seaweed. Yeah, it shows 8, so I'll be good. Gonna make a lot of money because I'm gonna sell almost all of these fish. In fact, I think the only one that I will probably keep is the albacore. Super cucumbers I needed for lucky lunch, yes, but I already have several. I won't be going to the saloon, which is a little bit of a misplay because I was going to check dish of the day to see if it was something that Abigail loves. But completing fishing and moving on to another skill is even more important than that friendship. But I will see. Yep, as I've been many times while streaming recently, I was just a couple steps short. It was just before I got there. There, of course, would have been a lot of people there tonight since it is a Friday. So the things I need to remember for the next stream is check for a gift for Abigail, start giving horseradish to Caroline as liked gifts, craft a fish pond. I will keep the lesser quality albacore. And remember that I moved seaweed to the posterior chest. I'll sell the rest. And hopefully make a fish pond next time. Can I actually put it up somewhere? Sure I can. Okay. We're good. So that's going to be it for today's stream. If you're on Twitch or YouTube right now watching, whether you chatted or lurked, thank you for coming. If you are watching the stream archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope you are having a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever it may be where you are. I'll end with seeing how much money we made from that fishing. We made 44.71. A lot from so many sardines, but the super cucumbers were the big sellers. Alright, moving on to the 13th day of fall. Goodbye for now.